Picture this. You wake up and before you even get out of bed, you check your phone. 17 notifications, an email from your boss, a news headline that makes your stomach drop. You haven't even had water yet, and your body is already in full emergency mode. Heart rate up, jaw tight, that low hum of anxiety that never quite goes away. Here's what no one tells you. Your brain does not know the difference between that email and a lion. Literally, biologically. Your stress response is identical, and that's not a metaphor. That's a 300,000-year-old design flaw, and it's quietly running your life. Go back 100,000 years. Your ancestor is walking across the savannah, and suddenly, movement in the grass. His nervous system fires instantly. Pupils dilate, heart pounds, blood rushes to his legs, digestion shuts down. Every resource redirected to one mission survived the next 30 seconds. This is the sympathetic nervous system, and what we call fight or flight. And it is a masterpiece of engineering. It kept our species alive through ice ages, predators, and famine. Here's the critical design feature. It was built to be temporary. The lion chases, you run, it's over in minutes. Then cortisol drops, heart rate slows, digestion comes back, you recover. The threat was short, the reset was automatic. Now fast forward to today. The threats never stop. The email doesn't go away after 30 seconds. The mortgage doesn't. The news cycle doesn't. The social comparison doesn't. Your nervous system fires the same ancient alarm over and over all day long and never gets the signal that the danger has passed. The lion never leaves the grass. When your nervous system stays stuck in fight or flight, cortisol, your primary stress hormone, stays elevated. And here's what chronically high cortisol does to your brain. And this is peer-reviewed, not pop science. A 2021 study published in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews found that chronic stress causes dendritic retraction in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus, decision-making, and impulse control. The neurons literally shrink and lose connections. At the same time, the amygdala, your brain's threat alarm, shows the opposite effect. It grows more reactive, more sensitive under sustained cortisol exposure. Translation in plain English, the more chronically stressed you are, the worse you get at thinking, and the more threats you perceive everywhere. It's a biological spiral. This is why burnout doesn't just feel like being tired. It feels like you've lost the ability to think. Small problems feel catastrophic. Motivation disappears entirely. You haven't become lazy. Your brain is operating in survival mode, and survival mode has no budget for ambition, creativity, or discipline. And here's the part that broke my brain. Most self-improvement advice fails because it targets the wrong layer. Hustle culture says push harder, be more disciplined, but willpower runs on the prefrontal cortex. The exact region cortisol is degrading. You can't discipline your way out of a dysregulated nervous system. It's like trying to run faster with a broken leg. So what actually works? Your nervous system has a counterpart to fight or flight. The parasympathetic system, rest and digest. This is the state where your prefrontal cortex comes back online, where real thinking, creativity, and motivation actually live. And research shows you can deliberately activate it. First, the physiological sigh. In January 2023, Stanford researchers published a randomized controlled trial in Cell Reports Medicine, led by neuroscientist Andrew Huberman and psychiatrist David Spiegel. They tested cyclic sighing, a double inhale, through the nose, followed by a long exhale, against mindfulness meditation and other breathing protocols. The result? Cyclic sighing reduced anxiety and improved mood, faster than every other technique tested, including meditation. It works in under 5 minutes. Physiologically, the double inhale re-inflates collapsed air sacs in the lungs. The long exhale activates the vagus nerve, and your heart rate drops within seconds. Second, non-sleep deep rest. A 2024 study in PubMed examining NSDR in 65 participants found significant improvements in emotional balance, stress reduction, and cognitive recovery. A separate 2025 randomized trial found that even an 11-minute yoga nidra session measurably reduced salivary cortisol over 2 months. One honest caveat: the most cited claim that NSDR increases dopamine by 65% comes from a 2002 brain imaging study of just 8 meditators. The stress reduction effect is solid. That specific number, take it with appropriate skepticism. Third, morning sunlight, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that bright light exposure within the first few hours of waking significantly enhances the cortisol awakening response, setting cortisol to its natural daily peak early, when it's actually useful. Without that morning light anchor, cortisol rhythms drift, staying elevated at night when you need to wind down. None of these require supplements, a gym, or discipline. They just require understanding that your body has a biological switch and you can flip it. Go back to that morning, you wake up, notifications, boss email, the familiar tightening in your chest, your nervous system fires, the lion appears in the grass. But now you know the lion isn't real. It's a signal from a system built for a world that no longer exists, and you have a choice. Let it run your day, or spend 5 minutes telling your biology that the threat is past. Double inhale through the nose, long exhale out the mouth. The cortisol drops, the prefrontal cortex comes back online, and you can think again. Your ancestors survived because their nervous system was fast. You'll thrive because yours is trainable. Next video, dopamine, and why the same apps wiring you with anxiety are also hijacking your brain's motivation system. Subscribe if you want science that actually changes how you operate. I'm Illuminate. See you next week.